Do we have audio?
Oh my goodness.
I think we do.
Woohoo! Hello and welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis. This is Epic Edition. My name's Leona.
I'm Dave.
And oh no, Gretchen's lost the connection. We have Gretchen here with us too, joining in. Internet is always different. Yay, Gretchen's back. Sorry that you're
When your connection cut out there for like a second and the screen went black, I was going to go, and there we go. That was Gretchen's last show. Thank you all for being here.
So we are all here with the magic of the internet painting.
The magic.
The magic of the internet painting together.
I think one of our hamsters
Welcome,
died.
Gretchen. We are so excited to
Hi,
have you join. Thank you. How have you been? What is up? What is new? Have you painted all the minis?
No. But I've been feeling a little better, slowly but surely. We are, with the power of modern medicine, doing better. And I am moving into a new house.
Woo.
So
Fantastic.
that is exciting.
Excellent.
That is very exciting.
That is for sure. You're doing all the things.
I'm doing all of the things. I was like, well, gotta get married, have a baby, and buy a house all within the same time frame. That's
nice.
I was doing a speed run, you know. I heard that was what you're the cool hip thing to do.
Get it all out of the way. Get all the stress out of the way. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, all in one
That is
year,
true.
and then I can just enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
It's true. Then their summer can be relaxing. So this
Exactly.
week, as you all know, we are painting together.
For
Painting.
possibly
Yep,
the last time.
for the last time. Da-na-na. I did not add any sad sound
The single
effects.
tear.
No?
I thought about it coming in today. I was like, oh, I could have like really hyped that up and like done like a whole montage, but I'm just excited that we all get to paint together and that Gretchen gets to join us.
Yep.
Last week we painted up some Bardsung minis,
Yep.
which we finished up the
I think we have them on the spinner.
bows. And if Riley, if you wouldn't mind showing us, I want to show Gretchen my
Yes.
my painting work. Be proud of me.
You've been improving.
Slowly I have been improving. So of course we have Dave's awesome hunter,
Oh, they have the hunter there. Cool.
which we painted up last week with the nice leather bands, some fur texture on the back. And then we have my Reaper, my stalking Reaper. So this is my guy. And he's like multicolored, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, he's just
So
sweet.
we thought this week we would try and do like an epic close-up shot. That's why they're so close.
So close.
Love it.
That is what we painted last week. Gretchen, are you happening to paint along with us tonight? What are you painting?
I am. So I had boasted a lot about adding glitter to things.
Yes.
So I committed to the bit. I worked a 12-hour shift today because I have more hours. So I could not run to the store like I originally planned to get coordinating glitter and glue. So
Gotcha.
I do have glitter in my house though. And so instead I am using the glitter in my home and the magic of clear nail polish to stick it
Nice.
on. So I think it's going to look very interesting though, because I am going bit by bit and adding scales to my
Oh,
dragon.
look
So
at
I'm going like
that.
one scale at a time.
Oh, nice.
Honestly,
And
that's amazing.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I wish if I would have had the time to go to the store, I think I could have gotten the size a little bit more lined up to the actual dragon scales. But I think it's starting to look really cool. I'm probably just going to accent them since they're a little large instead of doing like the whole entire thing. Um, but he's looking pretty cool. So
Excellent.
I like it.
Yay!
One day I'll actually like go like full out and I'll just get a big mini that has like all the individual scales seen, and then I'll just match up the glitter chonk to the scale size and just meticulously
Like,
lose my mind.
yeah, what do they call it? It's one of those like nail, like
The little wax
dippers.
pencils.
Yeah, like those little.
Like the
tippers.
rhinestone art kits they have, except it's going to be minis.
Yep.
I feel like it's a good plan. Like, I feel like that sometime in the future, when you least expect it,
Yes.
it'll just be like a post of a toddler holding a glitter dragon.
That'll be great.
And we will all be impressed.
Yep. Super impressed.
Real quick, I wanted to shout out to the chat who is all here and saying hello. So hello to Jason, James, Dave, Jez, Kat, Mark, Roger, Betsy, Sean, Greg, and
Got
Josh
everybody.
Potter. Yeah, awesome. It's good to see you all.
Yep. Excellent.
Oh, apparently YouTube seemed stuck, maybe. Oh, Josh Potter was asking Gretchen, is there a game room or is it now a nursery? Or are they one and the same?
Or that
We have a nursery set up, and then our basement is large enough to have a separate game room. We are
Nice.
putting it together slowly but surely. First, the whole entire house that we bought was painted like an orange beige color. That was really weird.
Yeah.
So I've mostly just been painting before we move all the furniture in.
Right.
I've been painting houses and not minis.
There you go. So you've been not miniature painting. You've been maximum painting.
Painting happy little walls.
Yeah.
Painting happy big walls. Oh my goodness.
Baristro's game room.
Yes. Garistro's game room. Oh,
Awesome.
we need to make that. You need a plaque now.
You do.
That would be great.
That would be
That
absolutely
would be
perfect.
great. So Dave is painting up. We were painting foes last week. Now we're working on the heroes, which we had worked on 2 weeks ago. My mini is still halfway painted. And
Who are you working on?
Dave is starting a new one. I am working on
that's right.
Dawn
Dawn Guard.
Guard.
Guard. Sorry.
Dawn
I
Guard.
didn't roll my R's well enough.
So, Dawn God is a like half work type.
Think of it more as God. Like
Dawn God.
Dawn God.
And I'm thinking I will do some work on Dawn Guard's tabard here. And maybe a little work on the shield that Dawn Guard is holding
Cool.
here. So that is who I am working on this evening. Last week 2 weeks ago, I painted like some red detailing on their armor, and honestly, I kind of like how it looks, so I'm just gonna keep it.
Just gonna go with it. Yep. Cool.
So you can kind of see, yeah, that's what I'll be working on. How about you, Dave?
Excellent. I am working on Wild Shell.
Wow.
You have to say it like that.
That's a name.
Wild.
Wild Shell.
Because it is spelled with a Y, so.
With a Y, yeah. So like wild stallions.
Yes, it's true.
But yeah. So this is the total.
Nice.
Dune,
And
so
I
yeah.
think you had added like some skin shades.
Yeah, last time I
earlier.
did some skin shades. I mixed a little bit of I think I mixed a little bit of skeleton horde contrast with some other maybe like a militarum green
Oh, okay.
contrast.
Gotcha.
It's in the bag. Let me take it out of the bag.
Oh, yes.
maybe
Are we
Castellan
using
green.
holders? Yes. Thank you, Kat. I think
I'm
Gretchen's
not,
adding-
but
I was gonna
I'm.
say, I think your mini might be
I'm
too
winging
big.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, now I'm going through and I'm painting, surprise, surprise, charred brown as a base coat on everything else, almost everything else. Then I can go through and pick out some of the things. So the first thing I'll probably do is the shell. And I'm going to mix in some Lauren Forest that I've got here, which is quite a nice sort of desaturated green. So I'll do some green work sort of up towards the top of the shell.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I've got the
That shot looks really nice.
ropes. It does look good, doesn't it? Yeah, I've got the ropes across the back of the shell and some of the front, and then the nets under there. So I'll do those.
Okay.
After that, and on the shell there are a number of little starfish and like barnacles and that kind of thing. So we're gonna have fun messing around with those. I think for the starfish, I might actually go
Bright
with
colors?
a similar.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. That
the
color
to that. Yeah.
from last week.
So that could be fun.
Nice.
But just give us a little bit of something different. So the colors will start to match in with some of the other colors that we've used.
Josh Potter says Don God from the New Jersey Gats.
I was thinking of Boston. The Boston guys.
Don God.
They come from everywhere, you can't.
How many accents can you say Don Guard in?
The two.
Okay.
Dawnguard.
Don God.
There you go. That was good. That was good.
My
mimic.
Australian accent is getting slightly better. I did watch an Australian detective show in honor of you, Dave.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to hear the Australian accent.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Everybody should want to hear it.
It's true. It's just very wild, and I have a lot of trouble with like the vowel diphthongs to like create them in my
Sure.
own
Yep.
vocal cords, and so it's wild to me sometimes. Like I'm just like, it's so cool because it's so wild and I cannot do it. Anyway,
I take a long time to get into accents. I can do accents. I just have a warm-up period where I don't. And I have to like get into it. But there was like one time trying to do a French accent, like try to get into a French accent because I was auditioning for Beauty and the Beast.
Okay. Yep.
And the way that my friend helped me like practice the accent was that I would warm up by reading her a Chinese food menu in a French accent.
Okay.
Which then became like a threat for the rest of our friendship. It's like, don't make me read to you in bad French accents.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
I agree. Like for me, there are certain words that help me get into an accent, so I kind of like need to say them.
Yeah.
Like for French, it's like croissant, and also like any word that has like a th sound. Then because then you can just do the like z sound
Okay.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I was told the best way to do a
Okay,
French
yeah.
accent is to pretend you have peanut butter stuck on the roof of your mouth.
nice.
Don't know if that really helped me because I definitely did not get into Beauty and the Beast, but
I think I'd be there like. That's not.
I can do that. I cannot roll my R's. When I used to know a little bit of French when I was little, I was pretty decent at pronunciation, but I can not roll my R's to save my life. If you're like, Gretchen, speak Spanish, I'll be like, yeah, I can read all of it except for the R's.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
As long as you don't need an R sound, you're okay.
And luckily, no French words have R's, so
Excellent.
Rob Rob, hello, welcome to the stream. Says hi,
Hey,
good
Rob.
to see you, Dave.
Yes.
Survived your sickness, yes.
I did, indeed. Yep.
Australia question: Wallabies versus kangaroos. What's the difference?
One of them is the
Wallabies
rugby
are
league
cute.
team, and one is the rugby union team. So that's the big one.
Don't
otherwise,
wallabies-
it's
I said, aren't wallabies like smaller?
they are
Bigger?
smaller. Yeah, they are
Yeah.
smaller than kangaroos. But their muzzle shape is different. I think it's blunter. Than
I was gonna say,
Kangaroos
isn't
are a
it
little
kind of
bit more
like
pointed.
shorter?
Yeah.
They're like the
but
cute
otherwise
plushy
super
version.
similar. Yeah. I think you'd find kangaroos out in grasslands more, and then wallabies be more arboreal. They're not up in trees, but they're going to be around in more tree-lined areas in forests, I guess.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yep. Excellent. Timothy Bass says, get Dick Van Dyke to say it in his Cockney accent from Mary Poppins.
I recently rewatched Mary Poppins, and yes, I would have to agree with you, Tim. Like, what a wild accent. I was like, wow. It's just really aggressive. Just like that whole character is just very aggressive.
Speaking of aggressive, Dave Hummel says he does a mean French Canadian accent.
Ooh.
Fabrice says I feel targeted.
Hey, I
Awesome.
never said I was good at a French accent.
No. I think it's the thing. Like for me, it's phrases and knowing, using phrases to start to move towards that. So I think for French it would be like, or at least to get the accent, it would be like je ne sais quoi.
Oh yeah. C'est la vie. C'est la vie,
C'est
mon
la vie.
frère.
But obviously, I'm not doing it with the correct amount of disdain.
Je ne sais quoi.
But yes. There we go. And Josh says imitation is the sincerest form of flattery for Breeze. RPGs, even a bad accent helps tell the story. I do remember when I first moved over here, I was chatting to a guy in Games Workshop store about stuff. He was a customer there, and he was like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What army do you play?" And I said, "I play Guard,
Okay.
like Imperial Guard,
Right.
now known as the Astra Militarum." But when I said Guard, he thought I said God. And he was like, "Oh my God, what are his stats like?" And I was like, "Huh? What? Oh, sorry. Guard. I play Guard."
I'll never forget the one time you talked about really when you have to put on the accent is when you go to Chipotle
All right.
for the corn.
You're there, you're pointing at the corn, and but if you don't say corn, it freaks them out.
Okay.
If you just say corn.
I've had a lot of people, I don't know if it's the remnants of whatever like Southern accent I used to have or Cajun accent, but I've had like in high school, particularly when I was a bit younger, so it was probably like thicker then. I had people mistake me for like everywhere. Like no one, because I guess like people think of Louisiana as the South, but they don't realize that it has its own accent that's like different than a Southern accent. And so people would try to like pinpoint like where I was from, but I would get like, I got Australia once. And I was like, I don't sound Australian.
You did not.
And then I got mistaken for an Irish exchange student once. And I was like, where did you hear Irish?
Wow.
Like what? Get like just
It's kinda
random
crazy.
weird, like I guess it just people couldn't figure it out.
Well, people, you ended up with an idea of what an accent sounds like, what you think an accent sounds like. Just like when I say like je ne sais quoi, that's probably like terrible French, terrible, worst French ever. But it's still, that's what French sounds like in my head. Sorry for Reese.
Désolé.
But, yeah.
On a technical note, we seem low. Hey, Riley, can you bump us on the mixer? Okay, thank you.
How do we
Thanks.
seem now?
Are we really loud? Then ask for some serviettes. Yes.
Serviettes, yeah.
Says, "'Tis true, 'tis true." My favorite accent to speak in is a Scottish accent. I went to I did Scottish dancing when I was a kid.
Okay.
So I went to a lot of Highland competitions, and
Right.
there are a decent number of people who have Scottish accents there, and it is awesome. And it's also another, like, garbled, like...
Right. It all depends on where in Scotland, though, right?
Well, that's true. Yeah, Edinburgh has a little lighter, you know.
I miss having my
More
accent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I find it really
you have an
hard to go.
You have an accent. Don't worry.
No, but I miss having
It's
like
American.
my Louisianan accent. Like,
Oh, okay.
I miss having like the thicker like Louisianan accent because like if I try, like my mom has, of course, like she kept hers because she was older whenever we moved up, and
Yep.
I'll hear it on the phone, and I won't like. To me, it just sounds like people talking unless I like actually think about it. But I used to have a very very thick one to the point of where I had to take speech therapy as a kid. Because I had a very very like strong twang on top of the accent. It's really weird. I just spoke funny. But I do miss it because I'll see stuff. Like there was several auditions previously for like people who were Cajun. And I couldn't go into an accent easily because it felt like I was like making pretend. Like it was
yeah.
really weird trying to put on an accent that was supposed to mimic what other people thought Cajun was supposed to sound like.
Yep.
And I was like, this whole experience is strange. And then they also like didn't understand like the difference between Creole and Cajun. So they're like, you could be Creole or Cajun. And I was like, I'm not. Like there's yes, but also no. It was really weird. And it was like a whole moment. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can just like I can slip into a fake Southern accent super easy, but I don't think I can like fake talk the sounds of my ancestors
Yeah.
of my swamp people. I don't know. And I know for a fact, like if I go down to Louisiana for a little while, I'll come back with a thicker accent.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But like it's really weird. I can't just like I've tried. My mom tried to help coach me, and it just like I just felt like very strange. I was like, this is strange. But I can still pronounce like all of the slang Cajun French.
Gotcha.
And so like recently we had a food truck come up at work that had a bunch of Cajun dishes, and I went out and I was like, oh man, I want some boudin, I want this, I want that. And the guy was like, where are you from? And I was like, Lake Charles. He's like, oh, I'm from Lafayette. Like
Excellent.
but
That's awesome.
I don't know. I always found is that just French with y'all added. To me, the Cajun accent sounds almost musical. Like it has a cadence to it.
Sure.
Definitely.
And it's thick on the tongue. It's thick on the tongue, and it's heavy and it's musical, but it's not slow. Cajuns don't speak slow.
No,
Cajuns
it's like,
speak
whoa,
very
whoa, whoa,
quickly.
whoa. like in a good way. It's a very fast.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it feel almost musical because it's almost like you're like singing, talking, and
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the best way I can describe it. And when I hear it in other like on other people or in like I'm just always like, oh, I wish I still like I know I say certain words a little oddly due to the hash between Baltimore and Louisiana and the age that I moved
Right.
up, because apparently like there's a weird thing with when your vocal cords set, like when you go through puberty. So if you have an
Oh,
accent up to a certain age, it'll stick with you. If you have an accent through puberty, then you'll typically keep most of that accent, is what I was told. And then if you move somewhere else before puberty, you end up losing a lot of that accent.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, very
That's
definitely.
wild.
yeah. I got a friend
So
who.
I moved up. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, I got a friend who grew up in Perth, Western Australia, and then when he was about 12, moved to Texas,
Oh, wow.
and he was in Texas until he was about 22, and then moved back to Australia, and like I'm still to this
And
day.
it's weird. You get like
Texan
because
accent.
certain
Texan accent.
yeah,
Dang.
because some certain words like stick with you so much, and then other words don't. And then on top of that, like I was in classes to speak well, and my mom always tried to like get us to not say ain't or like things like that, you know.
Sure.
And then I was teased. I was teased when I first came up because I had an accent, and so I like purposely tried to change it. And now I have like whatever I have, however I talk.
Ooh, doggo.
But yeah, he's looking out a window. But yeah, I do miss it. I do like oftentimes like, oh, I wish I would have kept my accent. There's nothing I could have done about it.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice.
That's true. Also, real quick, I wanted to read Roger's comment. It says, thanks, Gretchen and Leona, for all you have done to make this a great place to come each week. All the best to both of you, and looking forward to seeing Dave back again. Gotta run. Thank you, Roger, for always joining and being part of our chat. It has been a delight. And best of luck on your board game night.
Indeed.
Or wherever you have to
Yeah.
go. Hope to see you still post in the group all your board game minis. Roger did post a full picture
Yeah.
of his monumental minis for us.
It's super exciting.
If
Very
any was
impressive.
interested, they're there in the group.
Yep. Definitely go and check them out. Leave a comment.
Very impressive.
And if you want to, you can just go down the like the Josh Potter path and let him know that was a monumental task.
Ah,
I think somebody else came up with that one as well. Might have been
That's good.
Ashlyn.
I like that.
But yeah,
Maybe somebody said that at some point.
no doubt. No doubt. But yeah. No,
So
that's
how's
all
your
good.
glitter coming along, Gretchen?
So let's see if I can.
Oh, very
There we go.
nice.
Cool.
So it's very dark, but when I turn him,
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
really
like, you
see
can
them.
see little. Yeah, so ideally in a world where I had more time, and supplies,
You can keep it
in a world where I wasn't also working 12-hour shifts,
Yeah.
I would have been able to cut those down to match the shape of the scales,
Oh,
in a more
okay.
time-intensive world, and just kind of take them and almost like it's very similar. I mean, I know I'm using nail polish, but it's very similar technique to people who do nail art,
Right.
right? So you're using the very spine tweezers and you're moving the glitter or the rhinestones or whatever, very precisely, and then you're sealing over it with whatever you're using for a sealant or a glue or whatnot.
Gotcha. Cool.
So like, and honestly, I'm gonna be real here, guys. Kind of really loving this nail polish on this miniature. Like, I thought it was gonna be almost a horrible idea. I know it's technically acrylic, as well, but it's dried so quickly and it looks wet.
Gotcha.
And it's not like goopy or anything. Like, it just feels normal. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's an interesting texture. I might have to try that again
I was
for
gonna
like
say, are we
water or
discovering
something that's
something?
supposed to be slimy. Because I mean, it really is like super shiny.
Yeah, I can
It looks
see it.
wet on the
Yeah.
inside, right?
Yep.
And it has like this really wet look to it, but it's completely dry and it's not goopy, it's not sticky, it's not peeling. It's um so yeah, that would be Sally Hansen Miracle Gel in the shiny brilliant color. If you want to try something interesting, and I'm sure they have other interesting colors to try too. I
Nice.
wasn't expecting that to work out quite as well as it did. But like it really did work well.
But as you said, like maybe that could be part of like a base, like a water base or
Like it
something.
really could. Like I would totally use that for a water or a ice or something that needed to look slick.
Right.
Yep.
Because honestly, if I didn't know it was dry right now, and I know that's not the like when I hold it up, my webcam doesn't really capture much, but like I honestly wouldn't have known that it was dry.
Nice.
Magic. I learned a new thing today, and so you guys have too.
Excellent.
Now I'm kind of curious, like how the other nail polishes work, because they have like crackle effects and magnetic paint nail polish,
Right.
where you
Right.
you paint with it and then you put a magnet over it and it creates opal effects, or like tiger's eye. That's what it is. Tiger's eye gemstone effects. And I'm like,
Wow.
well, if it does that for nails, like
I'd never seen
now
that.
now I want to
Yeah.
know.
Should
Can
I
I
just
do
look
it
up
for mini?
like tiger's eye nails? Fingernails?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Something
or
like that?
crackle
Yeah.
nail polish.
Okay.
yeah. It's the
Interesting.
magnet.
Oh, you're talking about the magnet,
nail
sorry.
polish.
Magnet stuff, yeah.
Not the crackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiger's eye, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So I'm
Yeah, I
like,
actually
that's
have some of that.
yeah, because I've used the magnets before, and it actually does do a really good job at making it look like a. I'm gonna look at
Yeah, because
see if I can get a
essentially
picture.
the pigment, whatever's in the pigment is magnetized. So when it like draws, if you hold it over it, it'll slowly draw it up. So it can kind of create like a rim effect or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
Again,
depends how you hold the magnet over it.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
different ways to
Interesting.
hold the magnet over it, and
Well, that'll be fun.
it creates different like gemstone effects. I'm trying to find something so I can send it to Dave and be like, this.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Awesome.
good.
Yep.
Apparently, Rob did glitter
Um,
paint ages ago on some Mars Attacks mini bosses.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Nice.
That would be
Always
perfect for
wondered if I should have tried nail polish instead. Yeah, especially with
Well, now
glitter
you know.
paint. Glitter. So what's nice about that nail polish and even glitter nail polish is it's a thicker medium, right? Than usually paint is.
Yeah, it's pretty. Honestly, it's kind of like a varnish almost, but it's not so thick as to make it unworkable.
Right. Which is nice.
Definitely good. There we go. What do you think of those? You see those little starfish?
Oh, those starfish are
Some
looking
up
very
here.
nice. Very nice indeed.
So highlight them with a little bit of magenta.
Apparently, nail polish started out as car paint,
Oh,
according to James.
That doesn't really surprise me.
interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty toxic, so
Yep.
it definitely could go on a car. Okay, so you did an underpaint of, or like a base coat
Base coat of
the
purple.
ball.
Yep.
And now you're mixing in that pink.
Mixing in the magenta and the purple just to do a highlight on the things there. And then I'll do a highlight with sort of the straight magenta. And
Okay.
then, oops, missed one. There are a lot on here. And then I'll do just a quick final highlight with some, what do you call it? Ivory mixed in.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That was some nails, Dave.
That was some what?
That was some nails.
I sent you pictures of the nails.
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
That'd be great.
But now I'm curious. I'm like, what happens if I do that?
I think that could actually be a really cool effect on a car, like a miniature car, if you
Right.
wanted,
Yep.
or a tank or something that had like a really smooth surface that
Right.
then you could bevel and make the light catch it
Yeah.
properly. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I just hadn't heard of it before, so I was like,
Oh, yep.
whoa, that sounds
Be
interesting.
amazed, Dave.
Hmm?
Be amazed.
I am totally amazed. Blown away.
It got really popular, I think, when Leona and I were in high school.
Yeah.
Really? So like 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Hey. That's right.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, thanks, Tim. So Tim says, Leona, Gretchen, I'm going to miss you all. Wish you the best for your future and take care. Thank you, Tim. It is always
Oh,
great
thank you,
seeing
Tim.
you. And we will definitely miss you as well. My hope is to still be part of the mini group and be a little bit of a lurker.
No, we're going to kick you out.
We'll be banished, Leona. Banished.
You are welcome all the time. Welcome all the time. It's no, it's funny. I'm in a group that is. My apologies for my phone dinging. It shouldn't ding that loudly. Let's move it further away from my microphone. No, I'm in a group which is the X Games Workshop employees
Oh, okay.
Facebook group, and there was a notification this morning, like that one of the members had got a job back with Games Workshop,
Oh, that's
so they had to leave their role as admin in the group and a member of the group. So we would no
really
longer
funny.
find them in the group. So,
Oh, no.
one of those things.
They're like, I guess this title doesn't apply to me anymore
Yeah,
because it's a little inappropriate for me to be an admin.
yeah. Exactly. It's mainly because we like say terrible things about certain people in the group, and now they.
And
So
now
then that person might have to go and work with.
yeah.
Just kidding. We don't say a lot of
Just
terrible things.
Whoops. Oh.
Eldar robots and jet bike bonnets are great for nail polish.
Oh yeah, yeah. That could be good. And just for anybody who isn't Australian, a bonnet is a hood. It's like the hood of your car.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
In Australia, it's a bonnet and a boot,
Oh, instead of
rather
like
than a hood and a trunk.
a hood and a trunk. Okay.
Yeah. I have no idea where the boot came from,
Well,
but the bonnet is the same idea as a hood, really. It's a
oh,
thing that
true.
sticks out
Yeah.
over the front.
The boot, I'm actually more familiar with
Yeah.
because you say like put it in like
Put in the boot.
put it in the boot.
Yeah.
I've heard.
I've never heard that, but I'll take your word for it.
In Australia, that line from Toy Story, "There's a snake in my boot," has a completely different meaning.
I was told that apparently in our new house there's a snake in the shed, and the man who was like cutting lawns like knocked on my door he was cutting the neighbor's lawn, and he was like, "A snake went into your shed," and I was like, "Oh well, it's not rats."
Yeah.
I don't think he was expecting that. I think he was expecting me to be more upset about a snake, but I was just so happy not to have rats. I was like,
Yeah.
good!
Yeah, honestly, a snake is, it's kind of like a spider. They kill the things that are not super great.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
It'll hang out in the veggie garden, and I'd welcome it. Like,
And I mean, especially
nothing's
snakes.
gonna eat my veggies.
Correct, yeah. Like no little miceies, no little ratsies. They're definitely friends to keep around.
Yep.
Unless what? They're poisonous?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, in Maryland, we
I
don't
don't
really have
think
to
he's
deal with that
poisonous.
many poisonous snakes.
There's only
Like,
really like 2,
Well, venomous.
more or less. I think there's more than 2, but there's like
venomous, yeah.
there's not a lot. It's mostly just rattlesnakes up in the mountains and then copperheads down by the water.
Right.
So like if
You
it
are
makes
in
a
neither,
noise,
so.
yeah.
We're in a
Don't touch
building,
it.
so-
Rule of thumb: if
Don't
you see a
touch them.
snake, don't touch it. It's just that easy. It's
I only touch them very lightly with a shovel.
I say that, but
Terrible.
I've gotten like black snakes and like walked them to other areas before.
Yeah. That's all good though. There we go. So one of the things I'm doing now is on its staff, there's a lot of it could be bark left on there, but I'm preferring to treat it as like a fungus.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
doing like an orange fungus.
Oh, I like that.
there.
Brings a little more color in there.
Yeah. So I'm just and also it matches to the sort of orange that's included.
In
Light
Lightweaver.
Weaver.
Lightweaver.
So yeah, so at the moment just mixing a little bit of the charred brown into the orange fire. Is that what it's called? Yep, orange fire. And using that as a base coat on there. And then I'll be highlighting it up with some straight orange fire, and then probably mix a little bit of ivory into it.
Gretchen, Dave says sound snake advice, especially here in AZ.
Oh yeah, yep.
It's the same with touching anything that's like a plant that you don't know. Like
Yes. Oh,
if you don't know,
I think I've
don't
said this. I think I've said this before, maybe on here, but in Arizona, it's in other places in the world, but it was the first time I had met the flower, a doTERRA flower. doTERRA.
no
I
idea.
forget
I've
exactly
never
how
been to
to-
Arizona. Have I been to Arizona?
It's this big white
I don't
flower.
know.
It's
Yeah.
this big white flower, super beautiful. First time I had ever been to Arizona, I was like, oh my gosh, beautiful flower. And then I'm telling my friend, like, and yeah, I wanted to pick it and like bring it, put it in my hair.
Yep.
If you know anything about doTERRA, you'd be appalled because they are poisonous, very bad for you. You're not supposed to touch the petals because like they have hallucinogenic
Well, you could
properties
just
to
have
them
a nice time, Leona.
that then can be deadly. Like they can turn deadly very easily. Yeah, and so I was like, well, good thing I didn't touch the stupid flower.
What is it about the deserts of the Southwest and of Mexico that produces all of these hallucinogens?
Yeah, I was like,
What's
Yeah,
going
I
on
don't
there?
know.
oh my gosh.
Because they have to
The
put up with the
flowers,
rest
you
of
can't
it.
eat the cactuses, you
No.
can't lick the frogs.
Don't, yeah,
I don't know.
you can't sit down because there's definitely going to be a cactus
Or scorpion.
Or fire ants.
or a fire ant. Yep.
Mm. Fire ants.
I don't know.
Sorry.
The flora and the fauna of the.
Okay.
Or scorpions, Dave says.
Or scorpion.
Yeah, just the real rule is if you're not a biologist, don't touch things.
Also, hello to Jim Davy, and Jim Davy said about your turtle, who am I forgetting his name?
Yep.
Wild
Shell.
Shell. Is it old Donatello with his bow staff?
Possibly. Possibly. Definitely not teenage. Definitely mutant. But we'll have to see.
Oh, apparently Mark Maxey sat in a bed of fire ants when he was growing up in Texas. It was horrible.
That sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
I have been swarmed by fire ants many a time, all by accident.
Many?
Yeah. My
More than 5?
So I was like a very space cadet-y child. Like I was just like, woo, and I wouldn't pay attention.
Okay.
And then I would walk into anthills and then they would swarm me. My dad once told my husband when we were visiting, like out of nowhere, I forget what we were doing, but it had nothing to do with fire ants. And just like the thought had just like entered his head. And he goes, you know, you were real good at getting bit by fire ants. It's like, what?
Wild.
Where did it come from? See, I don't know. We saw in the chat, it pinged up, someone was like, having a shotgun when dealing with snakes. I don't think that a shotgun would be good for dealing with snakes. That's a lot of oomph for a little target. Like,
at the same time, it'd be fun.
I don't think
So, but shovel's certainly more effective.
But then again, I'm more of a like a, oh, that's fine, it can stay kind of person. Not that way with spiders though. I'm not, no, can't do the spiders. The snakes can stay. The spiders have to go.
Okay.
I saw a
The main reason that I can't go to Australia currently.
True.
Not like the whole like, you know, pandemic or anything. No, it's the spiders.
I saw a fantastic little video on Instagram today. There was somebody up on a soffit in their house. They had a spider there, and it's probably like pretty decent sized spider. It was like this size,
Yeah.
Ooh.
kind of thing. And to get it, they held their cat up, and the cat just went.
Oh my goodness.
And grabbed the spider. And as they brought the cat down, the cat had the spider in its paws.
I feel like my cat would release it. I feel like,
You'd be worried that the cat would do that? Yeah.
yeah. I found, so the other day I woke up and I went downstairs to feed all the animals and I still had like sleep dust in my eyes. I couldn't see right. And I saw a crinkled up, what looked like a little ball of paper. And it was like, I went to go shoo it out of the way because I thought the cats had gotten into paper or something. And then I got closer and it looked more and more like legs. And I was like, no, that's too big to be a spider. But then the arachnophobia took over and I was like, but what if? So I went wake up my husband because that's what husbands are for. So I woke him up and I was like, I need you to go downstairs with your eyeballs that are definitely not as awake as my eyeballs, but it doesn't matter. Also, he wears glasses. But I was like, no, your eyeballs will see it better. And I need you to go and poke it and see if it's a spider or not. And it turns out that it was a dead spider that the cats had killed that even crumbled up was like the size of a quarter.
Ooh.
And I didn't want to know how big uncrumbled it was. I was just like, good cats, extra breakfast. But the cats have brought like their toy mice into the bed before and into my coffee mugs, and they'll like place them as like, yay, I caught it, and they'll put it in my coffee mug or in my bed. So toy mice, not actual mice because we don't have mice in the house, but I was terrified, like irrational fear that they will hunt down a very large quarter-sized, larger than a quarter-sized spider and just put it in my, I said a quarter is small, but it's all like when it's crinkled. When it's uncrinkled, it's not the size of a quarter. You gotta unaccordion it.
I mean, you're right. We don't have giant spiders who will eat snakes, but it doesn't really matter
Large
if you
for
don't
me.
like spiders.
Yeah,
All
if you
of
just
them
don't
are
like
bad.
spiders in general. One fear in my life is that my cat will kill a spider and then bring it to me. If it's not as big as your hand. Honestly, it's just an irrational fear. Like, I like
Yes.
learning about spiders. I think they're interesting. I have no problem learning about them. I know that the majority of them are not dangerous. I can handle other bugs. I just can't handle spiders. Just something innately inside of me, just an ancestor
Yep.
got bit by spiders, like deep within my soul. It's like, nope.
That's what it's going to be. It's that hindbrain thing.
Yeah.
It's kept us alive so long.
Something about the crawly motion just I can't do.
Yep.
But I'll handle snakes. That's the deal I have with my friends. And I'll handle bees. I'm not afraid of bees. I used to catch them as a child. So, like, I would just bees. Just hold them.
Love bees. I do love
Bees
bees.
are nice. Bees are friendly. Bees don't sting me.
Jess says,
Other people.
I always thought dragons must see adventurers like we see spiders.
That's a good one.
There's a comic that has them like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think in the comic they like trap the adventurers under a cup.
Yep.
Put them outside.
That sounds like a great Far Side cartoon.
Yes.
Yep. That would be good. Okay. So just throwing another fun color on there. This is the blue-green. On the palette, it looks a bit more blue than green, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's working well for his eyes and the thing. I'm going to throw it around. I think his necklace there is going to get these, and I think with the barnacles, we're going to do those in black and grey, just so they'll be a little bit different rather than doing another sort of bright color.
Right. My wet palette is drying out.
Not good. There we go.
The annoyingness. That's great turtley painting. Tortoise painting.
Turtle.
Dog.
It's got the hands of a turtle and the feet of a tortoise.
He's doing his best.
He is. It's better than the other way around. Otherwise, he'd have to walk around on his hands.
Yeah,
all the
he'd
time.
be like, wait.
He'd probably swim faster, but
That's true.
and speed's not something that we're going to be rating them on, right?
No. I'm sorry.
Okay. So given that he's got has nets sort of on the front, and there's the sort of the barnacles and the starfish and that kind of thing, I'm going to make these so the beads here as pearls. Pearl, kind of like. So you start by mixing in some ivory. You'll notice that for a lot of the colors here, for the highlights, I'm mixing in ivory. And what that does is it can give a really good, sort of regardless of the colors that you use across the model, it gives just a connection between them. Because there's that similar hue is impacting all the colors, so it all looks tied
It's
together.
almost like it was on the same, like the same light is hitting it.
Yeah. Rather than going mixing in like light grey and ivory and white and sort of a variety of different colours or values. So there we go. That looks a little bit brighter there.
So it is 8 o'clock.
Oh my goodness, already?
Time flies.
So, time flies.
And Josh says, what kind of booze does a turtle drink? Slow gin. Nice. Thank you, Josh.
Donka. So we will move to the miniatures from the group. From the
Excellent.
Painting Happy Lil Mini group. We have couple people who did a little whimsy, a little glitter.
A little bit of
A
whimsy.
little glitter.
But then other people just were showcasing work that they've done throughout the week. So
Let's see them.
go ahead to. Oh yes, I forgot. I totally forgot this. I'm sorry, Riley. I forgot that we have those intros. Here I am.
Nice. And then we're back. Okay. Okay, hang on a second. I'm just going to finish just quickly
Up
highlighting this.
first,
and
we
then
have
I'll-
Allison Bartels with a vile blossom from the Dragon Trappers Lodge.
The Dragon Trappers Lodge. That sounds pretty, it's going to be full of daring people,
Yes.
daring adventurers. They're out trapping some dragons. Oh, cool. Oh, this is very neat.
Just looks cool.
It does look cool, doesn't it? Those, from this angle, that mouth and those teeth are super fierce.
Oh yeah.
But it's got kind of
my menu.
a bit of a like bat ears thing going on as well.
Yeah, with the.
Yeah. Like it would maybe use like some kind of supersonic kind of thing.
Yep.
Dave says, "Oh, that's not creepy."
It's totally creepy.
Very creepy.
But no, I'm loving the colors though. So that the black gray, the unusual black gray with that what do you call that pink? It's like a desaturated.
Like a blush,
Fuchsia.
a rose tone.
It is, yeah, it is like a rose tone, isn't it? Yeah, no, it looks fantastic. It's just working really well against that black.
Yeah, I think it was smart to do a dark primer.
Right.
I think that was wise.
Yep. No, definitely super cool. Looking awesome there, Allison. Nice work.
Betsy had prepped some Bardsung minis this week,
Fantastic.
which I thought it would be good to showcase. Just
Yep.
to
Yeah.
Betsy has Bardsung painting along. Oh, do we have those minis too? Oh yeah, Dave painted.
Painted some of those ones. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what Betsy and Tim come up with for these.
Yeah, you went more with the purple green. You
and purple green, mainly green with a bit of purple.
mainly green. Okay,
Yep.
I'm remembering purples are like the shadows. Right?
Yeah, green's the shadows.
Green is the shadow. Okay.
Yeah, so I primed it green and then did a zenithal above, but
Nice.
used the green as the shadow across that's the connecting color for all of those.
Cool.
That's for the bad guys. But yep, there's wild shell down the front there.
Hey.
Yeah. But looking awesome, Betsy. Nicely primed.
Carl said going for a cell shaded look. Excuse me.
Yep.
Ooh.
So the cell shading is obviously it's based on a comic or a cartoon
Like cartoon.
kind of approach, and so yeah, when people talk about cell shading, you see a lot of black lining. Carl's got going on there between separating the colors.
Yep.
And rather than doing a lot of highlighting with the colors, you're more likely to see black lines being used in the shadows to define the shadows. Like you might normally see like some cross-hatching, or you'll see some bolder black lines in shadows on comics or cartoons. So you get that kind of cartoony look. But yeah, so I
It's
think
a cool technique.
yeah, it's definitely when it's done right. You can look at it and go, it's the weirdest thing because obviously normally what we're trying to do is to make the highlighting and shading more exaggerated
Right.
on a smaller miniature so that it doesn't look flat.
But this is actually pushing the flatness.
Yeah. So it can be a really interesting approach.
And I can even see on the one sleeve, he actually on the like,
Yep.
as you said,
underneath
like
there.
pushing the flatness, he's like making this line right on the elbow area.
Yep.
Very
Which is-
illustrative.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to your point is kind of like the point of it. That you would never do that in a normal mini. That's how you would.
Yeah, it's just it's a different choice
Yeah.
that's been made there. So yeah, definitely
Very cool.
Nice work, Carl. Oh, sorry, just quickly. You don't have to go back, Riley, but I will just say check out Epic Duck Studios
Oh, okay.
on YouTube if you want to learn more about cell shading painting. Mike Cousins is the guy who does that. He's from Canada and does a spectacular job
Nice.
with the cell shading. So lots of great videos there. Oh, Mr. Gorka has painted a skink from the Lizardman Warband for Warcry, which is super cool.
Ooh.
You guys painted up some of those a while back. Right?
I think we did.
Oh yeah, we did. We
Not
painted some Lizardmen. Yeah, we
Lizard
painted
Men. It
some of
wasn't
the
for
Seraphon. Yeah.
Yeah. Not this exact model.
No.
Pardon.
I wonder if Chris has been sort of inspired. The Golden Demon Slayer Sword winner, so the winner of all the Golden Demon competition at Epicon, painted a skink as well. So it's a mini like this big, but he painted it spectacularly and won
Wow.
the Slayer Sword with it. And yeah, so the colors that are used here that Chris is using, that blue turquoise sort of approach and the yellow with the green tinge to very much in line with that other one. But
Nice.
super cool. Yeah, nice work, Chris. Looks great.
Clive Mills with a work in progress Jester 3D print.
And
Ooh.
just as
It's a creepy gesture.
What's that? It's a creepy jester.
Yes, a creepy
Yeah.
Jester.
He is certainly very creepy. Super
You
creepy.
didn't like my caricature of him. I went like this. I did the whole deal.
I wanted to look away. So creepy. It's creepy when he's in a jester's outfit. It's more creepy when you're not in a jester's outfit.
Fair.
Just saying.
Fair.
Just walking up like this. Hello. This is how I talk to everyone.
Don't mind my large sword hanging from my waist.
I'm a fool. I don't know how to use this sword. You're all dead. But no, this just is super cool. I think the Clive's got some great colors going on there. The yellow and the green obviously is that main color with the red sort of leather color is secondary. But then the quilted sleeves, upper sleeves, and matching that with the sort of that bone color of the ruff was a great choice.
Yeah, I also like the use of yellow.
Oh, yellow. Yeah, yellow. Definitely. It's nice and bright. You always want to go for yellow on a jester, I think. Yeah. That's why it's always fun to work with the Maryland flag colors.
Oh,
Perfect
yeah.
Jester colors. But yeah.
We do. I love them.
A little bit.
Yeah. Looking good, Clive. Nice one. Just says he slays at the comedy club. He does indeed. Yes, Douglas posted this yesterday, I think, and it was a tribute to Gretchen.
The glitter.
The glitter, the green dragon.
Yep.
It's just got it's so much Gretchen going on there. But
It
yeah,
is lovely. The sword. I see the sword.
yep. So many.
That's the only thing I would steal in a dragon dungeon now. You go there for the swords, not the gold.
Yeah. Yeah, as
it's
Doug
great,
says
though.
there, it's an old school GW dragon. I think this one's was like the black dragon or something like that from the Dark Elves, but painted up here with an awesome green. And again, I love
Looks great with the green.
the two tone, sort of the paler yellower green on the belly, and that darker bluer green on the scales. Yep. looks great. I bet you Sean has one of these dragons in his stash somewhere. But yeah, looking good. Excellent work, Douglas. Fabrice painted this, and I said that this had to be on the show.
You did.
It's
So-
excellent though. Zombie
Ta-da.
unicorn.
It is fantastic, isn't it? Yeah. But this is, I guess, this is from Zombicide as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fabrice has been going through and painting up all of the, well, Dave almost says Innocence Lost. Yep. Yeah, painting up all of the angels and demons. But yeah, branched out for a little bit to get this done for the show.
And I love the faded colors on the main.
Right. Yep.
The main color.
The
It's
rainbow.
amazing.
Yep. Definitely fantastic. And I think you might have put a little bit of metallic medium or pearlescent medium into the horn, but I can't the horn, but I'm not 100% sure.
Gotcha.
That's also a good trick if you happen to be painting a unicorn. A little bit of the metallic medium in. But yeah, nice work, Fabrice. Looks great. Greg said my niece invented a character that was Bubbles, the magically undead unicorn. Fantastic. That's awesome, Greg. Speaking of Greg, excellent. Greg has Irville, the Blind Seeress, by DM Stash. So then it's a 3D printed model. I
Oh,
suspect.
Nice.
But
Wow.
yeah,
That
looking
smoke
very cool.
effect is cool. The
Yeah, it
sculpt
is,
on it.
isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Greg did a great job there. I think on the back of this, I saw the back of this. The jacket has so much sort of filigree and detail on there. I think Greg pulled it out with a wash, but did
Gotcha.
a really nice job of getting all the detail in there. You can see some of it coming around on the hips there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and as always, like a yellow gold works perfectly with purple.
It was smart too to use the smoke as this like white
Yeah,
frame, as opposed to going with a color for that.
sure.
Because then the colors on the model
Yep.
really do stand out. It's already framing the model's face, but it's a nice
Yep.
complementary.
I like the double frame that Greg's gone and done there.
Yeah.
Then using that same white, well, a similar
Right.
white to
with the hair.
the hair to really punch that framing home. But yeah, excellent work there, Greg. That's cool.
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Ilka Pusari with Gandalf work in progress.
Yeah, this is a very cool Gandalf. I think this is the one from the board game.
Yep. It's from the one that Betsy has.
Journeys in Middle Earth.
Yep.
Yeah, that Betsy's painted.
Do you like I'm just gonna pose.
I did like
for
it.
all- I
For
don't know
every
why.
minute.
Today is a posing day. I won't do all of them.
I love
all-
the highlight
them.
on that knee.
See, it's last day. Do all of them.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah,
all
pose
of
for
them.
all of them. Take the chance.
What did you
The
say, Gretchen?
highlight. I said I love the highlight on that knee.
Yep. Yep.
It's a good highlight.
It is. It's got
Reflected on
kind of a sort
the
of,
pommel of the sword too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, down.
Yeah,
and
the,
up.
the sword has got that very, it's got like a non-metallic metal, but a great reflection kind of feel on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely on that pommel. And a great sort of textured feel on that knee highlight. But, no, looking very good. Very cool.
I trust
Greg,
this Gandalf.
Greg said that the double framing was a happy accident.
Oh, nice.
But
Good job.
now that you're aware of how successful that happy accident was, you can think about it for next time. But yeah, and as Mark says, great plans on this, particularly up towards that the crystal on top of the staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, looking very cool. Nice work, Elka. Excellent. Oh, Jason also did.
Oh,
Good.
Whiz Kids
Dark
Unicorn.
Looks a little bit evil.
That one's threatening. That one looks like he's pointing at you.
Yeah.
Like
You're
You're next.
You're the next one. I'm gonna stab with my black horn. The black is dried
I
blood.
love the colors,
So
though.
much dried blood.
And there is apparently a little glitter on the horn.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Excellent. That's cool. Yeah, nice work, Jason. I think just that purple in there just really changed. And the white eye gives it such a evil look. Yep. Excellent. It's all the unicorns.
But we
Excellent.
were
So
like,
Josh is
bring the whimsy. And everyone was like, you know what says whimsical?
unicorns.
Unicorn.
This is a funny thing we'll have to show you after this, but yeah, definitely the. So here's the classic unicorn look from Josh Potter there.
Yep.
Looking very
Crazy
cool.
just what switching up the color combos does.
Yeah,
It does. It really changes the feel
it does. Yeah.
of it.
Without a doubt. It's you can just there's so many things. Just to think about your color schemes, plan them out. Think about how you can twist them and move them around. But no, Josh's done a great job here. I'm loving the basing as well. A lot of different texture going on in the basing, and it's adds a lot more sort of realism to it. Nice work. I think, Josh, I'm going to throw a suggestion at you. I hope you don't mind. But so you've got the tufts on there. You've got a couple of different colored tufts. The one up on the rock there on the left has got that is a bit more bright.
Yeah.
One thing you can do is if you've got like a bone sort of color, like a bone white or something, just do a light dry brush over all of the tufts,
Oh, okay.
and that will tie those together a little bit more. So again, it's that same idea of having that like a consistent color working through the highlights of a model. Yeah, it'll just pick that out a little bit. But yeah, looking great. Nice one, Josh. Oh, Josh Price. Swash. Is that his name Swash? Or he's just a swashbuckler?
He looks like someone whose name would be Swash.
It should be Swash.
Look at his eyebrows.
It should be Swashbuckler from Moonstone.
Well, I figure he has the buckler there.
It's okay. I must have transferred the name wrong. Sorry, Riley.
Yeah, the buckler's there.
Yeah. But no, he looks...
But that's like it's such a schmarmy kind of face. Like,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying.
It's like...
I can't lift one eyebrow up. I don't have the ability. Your face is just like painful.
He's pooping. But no, I love the...
Why did we never have a Mimic Your Mini competition?
No, I'm just realizing this.
I'm loving the wig, the powdered wig.
Yes, I do.
I think that's a great color choice there. So Bruce Campbell, yes, it is very, very Bruce Campbell.
Can't fight if you don't have your powdered wig. What's even the point if you're not cute?
But it's going to keep your head warm, right? Nothing keeps your head warmer than a powdered wig. But
Looks
no,
like
Looks like Gaston as an adventurer.
yeah, it does
He
have
does.
that feel.
And I'm realizing like so what's interesting about him having
The buckler.
the buckler is, he just punched somebody. So
You can do that with a buckler.
that would be a great like scene. I don't know if you were able to like have like a mini that's like falling back.
Yeah.
Sure, you
With
can
sword
do
and
that.
buckler, you can most definitely punch someone with a buckler. You can parry with it, you can punch with it, you can clip people with it, or you can just hold it out in front of your sword and like obscure people's vision with it. So you could be like, where's my sword gonna go next? You don't know. You just see a buckler. There's a lot you can do. Though it looks like he has a saber with his buckler.
Yeah. I was thinking
Which is a lot of like swirly, not swirly, but like swooshy motions. Yeah.
Bringing it down.
I was feeling it was
It's
like
so
a
heavy.
cutlass. Had a bit of a cutlass thing going on.
Yeah.
But I guess cutlass is just a version of a saber, right?
Don't tell the people who fight saber. No.
I'm going to say I have missed this discussion of medieval weaponry and fighting styles.
I haven't been at club either, so
We'll have to keep you on speed dial
told my-
for when these questions come up.
Ding.
We'll
yeah,
send you a
just like
message.
phone a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be
saying
sitting
so
there.
this.
I'll
It'd be perfect. Awesome.
keep me on my
But yeah.
toes.
Great work, Josh. Looks great. Nice one. Oh, JT, the highlights and bone work done. Awesome.
On the Bale. So we saw him last week.
Yeah, and I think
I'm liking it.
last week the bone was more white.
Yes.
So yeah, putting this. Rob says or a hanger, could be a hanger sword, that style. Anyway, but yeah, JT, putting the bone and the that sort of sepia kind of look onto the bones is really pick those out and selling those well. I think doing some tidy up work around the hands and putting the fingernails in. It's got the fingernails. Leona, check them out.
Oh.
Check them out.
Oh, they're a little creepy, but yes, I do like them. Yeah.
You always want to have your big mammoth shaman with fingernails. But no, nice work, JT. Come along well.
Ooh.
Oh.
Kelly Scott Rose with WizKids Frameworks, a Dragonborn Sorcerer.
Yep. Fantastic. Yeah, this Kelly did a great job on this one. I haven't seen this Frameworks piece. I'm not sure what the other options are, but
Yeah. This is one of the outside. It's like one of the ones that have come out recently.
yeah, one of the more recent ones for sure. But no, I think Kelly did a great job on this. He did everything. The robes look great. That magenta fire looks awesome, and the blue is a nice balance against the orange of the skin. The orange tone in the skin there. But I think my favorite thing is the crystal at the end of the wand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that little bit of salmon in there, in the purple.
It's kind of amazing. It really looks, from this photo, it really looks like it's glowing or has some opaqueness, not
Yep.
opaque, translucency to it. I don't know. It's holding light somehow. I just really like how you painted it.
Yeah. Awesome job on this, Kelly. Did a great one. Nice.
Real quick, I just want to say thank you to Greg.
Thanks,
for
Greg.
being in chat. He had said thank you, good luck to Gretchen and me for new exciting opportunities, and yeah, hope to see you in the
Thank you,
group
Greg.
and posting along. So thanks for joining
We'll be
us.
lurking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next we
Fantastic.
have Craig Hug. Sometimes the hardest part is just picking the color scheme. So
Yep.
True.
I thought you would like this guy because he's used very similar tones, but
Right.
he kind of changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I think particularly with a samurai model, samurai armor is so detailed that initially it can be very sort of confusing, and you're not sure how you want to paint each part. But I think choices that Craig's made here with the going with that sort of brassy color for a lot of those textured areas in the armor is a great choice, because you've got the brass, you've got the bronzy color going on, you've got the silver trim as well. So you've limited the amount of colors that you are using, and you use them in similar areas, so it's all reading as those areas of armor as you'd want to there. So that's definitely neat. And there's just that little bit of little pop of red in there, just hiding in.
Yeah, right
Sort of
along
around there on the scabbard, I think, of the katana. But yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting. I think because you see historical samurai can sometimes be really bright with their armor plating, and even all the patchwork, the quilting that they have. So this is just also another cool take on it.
Yep.
With
definitely.
the muted tones.
Yep. I think looking cool, Craig. Nice work. Oh, Lewis, from the Dark Souls board game. Yeah, this mini's really creepy. Creepy. So it's
Yeah, and
the
then
night of
this shot-
whimsy and creepy tonight.
Yeah,
isn't it?
whimsy, creepy.
Creepy whimsy.
My brand.
What were you going to say, Leona?
I was just going to say, apparently, a couple of weeks ago, he had asked about OSL.
Okay.
And so some of the tips that you had talked about helped him kind of
Right.
create that for the sword.
Fantastic.
Fire
Yeah.
thing.
That sword looks great. Very cool. It's got that. You see, at each end, it goes to the black.
Gotcha.
Sort of thing. You've got that key point in one of the curves there. Also, if you are wanting to do OSL on swords, two things to look at. If you have Warhammer Plus TV, there's a great video on that for doing it. But also watch Forged in Fire Wednesday nights, History Channel.
Oh yeah.
There's you get to see a lot of not molten, but red
like hot, yeah.
white hot metal.
Yeah.
Of different shades, and you see it being worked and how it darkens
Some
and
good
dulls
reference.
and that kind of thing. Yeah, great reference material. But Lewis has done a great job there with the light cast up onto the armor plates there, under the belly. Unless, of course, that armor is just super shiny and it's just reflecting the sword.
Right.
But
right.
no, looks great. Nice work, Lewis.
Looking
Excellent.
awesome. Also, so long to Fabrice. Thanks for joining the show.
Oh, thanks, Fabrice. Yep.
Oh, thanks for stopping by.
James asks, is this the last show? This is the last show for Gretchen and Leona. Leona is moving on to another employment opportunity.
Yes.
We'll be having a lot of fun
Yeah.
doing
More marketing.
marketing stuff for another organization.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but yeah, we're definitely going to miss Leona and her swift cuts.
Yeah.
For getting things
but
done.
also her enthusiasm and humor.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I do try to bring the humor.
And
And Gretchen brings the whimsy, and Dave brings the singing. It's a pair.
the singing. Wait, what? No, I get to be the straight guy for
Yeah.
everybody's comedy. But and of course, Gretchen is leaving the show to enjoy
I'm
motherhood.
gonna go have a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
I'm making
Rocking
a
it.
different mini situation over here. I'm 3D printing for the next 4 months. 5 months? 4 months? 5 months.
5 months. Some
Till
organic 3D printing.
September.
Yeah.
Yeah. Homegrown, organic 3D printing.
Awesome. Good work.
And then when you have your mini, then you can mini paint with the mini.
I need
paint
like
with
a
it, but
little,
yeah.
yeah.
But the greatest thing is you don't even have to paint the mini when
Yeah, you won't
When-
paint
when
the
the
mini.
print is finished.
You won't paint the mini. But you can mini paint with the mini.
excellent. Anyway,
Sorry.
yep.
We got distracted.
Yeah, sorry, Kat. We are losing Leona as well, but she's gonna keep hanging out in the Facebook group.
It's true.
I'll
All right.
actually promote it to like chief admin or something like that. Very good. Anyway, Mark is doing some more work in progress on this. Need to finish some scratches, part of a diorama for Gen Con. Okay, this is for the miniature hobby events painting competition at Gen Con.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely very cool. I think he's going to do well.
Yeah, and we saw like a work in progress of this
Yep.
a couple weeks ago. So I definitely see some more details and features coming out. I think Mark has done a little bit more on the bone work.
Yep.
And just bringing in that bone color even to the tendrils and stuff like that. So
Yep.
really cool mini.
Yeah, looking very nice. Good work, Mark. Excellent.
Michael Lim with Marvel Crisis Protocol Captain America being the latest.
Yep. Oh, Mark Maxie said this is a copy of David Soper. So David Soper is a fantastic UK miniature painter
Gotcha.
who did. I mentioned that mini was based on a GW mini.
Yes.
And David Soper did a version of that GW mini, and
Mark is doing a copy.
doing a
Or
mimic.
a mimic, yeah.
Yeah, a tribute, I guess.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Excellent. But looking fantastic there, Michael. I think sometimes it can be a lot of people attempted to make Cap a little bit brighter. And I think possibly if you're
Classic.
again sort of mimicking him from the comics, you might get that a brighter blue. But I personally like the more desaturated blue from the movies. But yeah, looking very cool. That
He looks more serious. The desaturation.
What's that?
He looks very serious.
Yeah, much more serious. And you know that it'd be like just totally a lot darker if like Zack Snyder had done the movie.
He would have been black.
No, it wouldn't have been black. It would have been hints of blue.
Captain America. Oh, where is he? I don't need to see him.
Blue shine. Blue shine.
But no, Michael, you've done a great job there. Nice work. Oh, Sarah has finished up a 3D printed Elvira. That is super
Ooh,
cool.
that's fun.
Yep, that is. It's fun, isn't it? The highlighting is great. I think Sarah's done a great job there on the just hit the right spots. The shoulders,
The important parts on Elvira.
top of the bust, on the just above the leg, and then down at the bottom of the dress as it flares out, getting the highlights down there. Because normally you think, oh, okay, by the time it gets to the bottom, you don't need to highlight that. But,
Right.
yeah, it just really picks it out. But I think one of my favorite parts, and this is going to be really weird to say, but I think one of my favorite parts is the knee.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. I was
It
going to
does look
comment
like
on
a
the
knee.
leg.
Yep.
Yes, I was going to comment on the leg. That leg is super successful because of the knee.
Yep. If you were to like,
It's
just
hard to
zoom
make a
in
knee
and
look
just
like a knee.
Crop that to a knee, like to there, it's like you would that's like that's a photograph of a knee.
Yeah. Did you look
Everything
at
else
photos?
looks great as well,
I
Sarah.
wonder-
But that knee, amazing. Yep. Fantastic work. She looks great. Oh, Sean has almost finished Thundrix Profiteers. Oh, Sean's been working on these for a little while. And, yeah, looking good. Very cool.
I like those crystals.
Yep, the pink crystals on the base. Yep. Yeah, they're definitely cool. You know, before when we were talking about the samurai from Craig,
Yes.
Sean has gone through a similar process here with the brass, the bronze, and steel kind of looks. But
That's true.
those are all they're almost neutral colors in the scheme. And that very bright blue is the spot color that's popped out of there, is the main color. But yeah, looking great, Sean. Very nice. Bases just need highlights.
Nice. They look great.
Looking good.
Song of Ice and
Song of,
Fire and
yeah,
Ice.
Song of-
Okay,
Song of
Song
Fire
of
and
Ice and Fire. Savage Giant.
Yeah, from the
Steve.
Free Folk.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, this is looking very cool. I think. Did we see Steven's Free Folk last week?
Yes, we saw his muted, like
Yeah.
white. They were more
The whites and grey.
snow. Yeah, they were
White and
whites and
grey kind of
grays.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bone colored.
Looking very cool. But yeah, this is great. This is this giant's got so much character to him.
Now that's a big stick. Yes.
That's her beating stick.
It's a meat stick for sure. And I bet you that's a collection of rocks and ice bound around the top of that stick there.
Ouchie.
But yeah.
One good wallop. That's all it would be.
Yeah.
One whoop.
But no, I think I'm enjoying it. There's a lot of muted colors there, and obviously, if you're going with something that's got a lot of different leathers or different wood colors or browns, you want to do. So you've got the hair, you've got the furs, the tree trunk, the pants, and then the leather wrapping, that kind of thing. It's tough to find to sort of split those all up. But I think Steven's done a great job there. Definitely cool. Nice work. Kelly's going to say, I'm late to the party. Leona, Gretchen, congrats on your life changes. You won't be missed. Dave, I hope the live stream resumes soon. To all, thank you for the lovely compliments. Yep, all good, Kelly. Yes, fingers crossed. I'll be back in some capacity with some other people.
Yeah.
And we'll see how all that goes.
It'll be a lovely time.
It's a surprise. You can do it, Dave. You can make friends. I believe in you.
I can't. I have other people make them for me.
Now that's an angry mouse.
I love this mouse.
First mini
Look at the
completed
little
after a
beady eye.
30-year break from the hobby. Oh my goodness. So last time Tim painted something like
I wasn't
you weren't
alive.
alive. How about that? Check that out.
I was alive,
Way to
barely.
Yep. Way to make Tim feel old.
It's okay. It's never too late to get back into the hobby.
It isn't. But no, this is very cool.
I just love the face on this mouse.
Yep. Yep. Those red eyes.
Yeah.
And it's just like the way its mouth is, the way
Yeah.
its eyebrows are.
So that good, so grumpy kind of look.
Yeah, he's kind of like,
it's
are
just-
you ready?
I am going to stick you with this sewing needle. You're going to feel it. Ow! Ow!
But it's like
Stop it.
it's so like cute still. It's still cute in a really weird way.
Yes.
Like it looks a little possessed, but it also looks really cute.
One of the things
It's perfect.
I think my favorite thing about it is that its heraldic symbol is a wedge of cheese.
A cheese wedge. That's lovely.
Awesome. That looks great, Tim. Welcome back. Western, Dead Men of Dunharrow. I wonder if these are
Ooh.
also from the Journeys of Middle Earth.
I think so.
Oh, Sean said that mouse should be facing off against a tormenting cat.
Tormenting cat. Yep.
But yeah, so these are the Army of the Dead. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they're from Journeys of Middle Earth. But yeah, looking very cool. I think you can get
They definitely look ethereal.
I'm gonna sound like really. They're not called the Dunedain, right? Or are they?
no,
No.
Dunedain are the Rangers.
Oh, okay.
Like
the Dunedain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Aragorn is one of the Dunedain.
I lost my Lord of the Rings card.
Again.
But Aragorn does control them.
He does control them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
been a while
because-
since I've read that
yeah.
specific book. Like I usually like to read the Fellowship, so
Yeah.
I don't usually go that far into the story.
No, I think in the movie they're the Army of the Dead. They're referred to as the Army of the Dead.
Right.
And it might be the Paths of Dunharrow,
Oh, okay. Yep.
or the Path of the Dead.
I knew.
They only in the movies they very briefly touch on like what the whole shtick is with them. They're like,
Yeah.
"We're gonna die, Aragorn. Go do that thing with the ghosts." like literally in the movie, it's very quick. It's like, "Go do the thing with the ghosts," and Aragorn's like, "I don't know," and Gimli's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I guess I gotta."
Yeah.
Apparently, in the game, they're just called the Shadow Men. That's what he was saying, and confirmed they were from Journeys to Middle
Journeys
Earth.
of Middle Earth, yeah.
So.
But it looks like Weston's taken these, primed them black, given them a grey dry brush, possibly a couple of layers of grey on there, and then hit patches of it with green, like a green wash.
Oh, like maybe
Yeah.
a contrast plague bearer flesh?
No.
No, something brighter, something bluer.
Yeah,
A
something
little bit
a little
more,
bit brighter.
yeah.
and-
More jade,
Anyway.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's a very successful technique.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To make them look glowing.
It's worked perfectly. No, it looks awesome, Weston.
Very ethereal.
Great job.
Oh, and that's the last mini. Thanks for sharing with all of us, folks. That was
Last
awesome.
mini ever.
Everybody's painting up some really good miniatures and
Yep.
yeah. Be sure to be part of our group, our Painting Happy Lil Minis group, as many of you already are. Have your friends join if they like Painting Happy Lil Minis. It's always fun.
Yep.
It's always great. Some people don't always submit to the comments, but are still posting what they're painting, and it always looks great. So it's definitely a place to go and check out and
Yep.
see what people are doing, ask questions. Yeah, I was trying to think of something that wasn't in the group, but anyway, people post like work in progress too as well. So definitely not something where you always have to paint a complete. You don't have to post your completed mini. And what is always fun and what I like about our group is that it's about like a wide range of mini painters. Like some people are like light hobbyists, other people are like hardcore.
Hardcore painters.
But it's just
And
enjoying.
everyone
Traditional
has their
painters.
favorite techniques too.
Yeah.
It's never one style of mini painting. It's always many different styles, many different preferences for color, which is always nice because whatever your question is, someone's going to have an answer.
It's true.
maybe more than one someone. Sometimes like 10 someones.
Yeah.
It's true.
Josh says, I hate to go, but work calls. What an adventure we've had with you all. Best wishes for your new job, Leona. Gretchen, you're going to be a great mama. It's never goodbye. Just see you later. And thanks for all the great advice, Dave. Keep painting happy little minis. Y'all.
Thanks.
I shouldn't. You put a comma in. Should I pause there? Keep painting happy little minis, y'all.
Yeah.
Take that comma out, Josh.
It's
They're all
always
great.
lovely to have you in the chat, Josh, and be part of the group. So, yes, thank you
Yep.
so much for your well wishes.
Yep. And as James said, yes, very variety of size of miniatures. Just quickly, I'm going to ask Riley to go to the spinner.
Go
If you
to the
can.
spinner.
Go to the spinner.
To the spinner. It's like our evil lair. Oh,
So I'm not sure if you remember these
I
guys.
remember these. These are from
I do
Forbidden
remember these guys.
Fortress or Shadow
Yep.
Fortress.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Shadows of Brimstone.
Shadows of Brimstone. Sorry.
So I was, it'd been over the last week. I've been rummaging through my stuff to think what can I give Leona and Gretchen as a parting gift, and I found these
Yes.
for these are for you, Leona.
Oh, thank you.
So you get the crazy the like the one time, maybe second time that I used crazy colors.
Yes. And I think I told you to like use pink and purple.
Yeah, and I just went with like more of a painterly approach, snapping on there, building the volumes and the highlights and the shadows first. So these are the minis that
Thank
I'm
you, Dave.
gifting to you
Oh, thank
to say
you.
thank you for all your years of putting up with me.
No,
I
thank
appreciate
you. That is so kind. I will treasure them, and I love keeping things, so I know exactly where they're going to go on my shelf.
Excellent. Cool. So there are those two, and then Gretchen. I needed to find something with whimsy and a unicorn. So
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. That's beautiful.
That is amazing.
That is fantastic.
there you go.
No, you didn't paint that when we painted My Little Pony.
No. This is from. Sorry, the front's a little bit odd, but this is from a company called Impact Miniatures.
Okay.
They have a range of not My Little Ponies. But this one, it's got that fire. It's got the
It does.
red hair.
Look at his face. It's serious business.
It's like,
Oh yeah, I'm serious about this goddamn whimsy. So yes, Dave almost says,
I love it. It matches how my hair
flaming
used to
angry
be on the
unipeg.
show.
So
My brand, Dave.
Yeah.
My brand.
This is
Stabby
one that
and whimsy.
yeah, I painted this one a little while ago, but I thought, yeah, this is perfect timing for me to pass it on
Excellent.
and enjoy the flaming wings and
that's awesome.
the fire and the whimsy. So sometimes I can do whimsy. But only if it's serious.
Ta-da.
Serious whimsy.
Yeah, we're serious about our whimsy.
I'm always serious about the whimsy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool. Excellent. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, Riley.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, thank you, Dave.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Leona does
Yes.
have my new address hidden somewhere.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Pass it on.
Don't worry, I won't put it in chat.
Thank you.
I will also
You were
mention
showing up.
that that I saw Kat has a new Etsy store, and there was
Ooh.
an item on there for bebes.
Oh.
So I will
Oh.
I'm gonna purchase an item from there and get it sent to you for your baby.
Oh,
So again,
I'm
keeping
sure
it all
she
in the
will
family.
appreciate it. She better have some kind of artistic something. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yay.
curious to see like how this child ends up between me and her father, because that's an interesting combination. And the only thing for certain that I can figure out is like she's gonna be smart, but in the get into trouble kind of way. Like that's the only consistent. The only consistent is that both my husband and I have almost accidentally burnt down our houses when we were children in the name of science. Like that.
Okay.
That's a horrible overlap. Like he was out playing in the woods with his friends and like digging trenches that his dad has fallen into, and I was digging under fences to play in the woods to catch God knows what kind of creatures in Louisiana. Like that combined equals a very specific kind of kid.
Specific energy.
Yeah. I'm not sure if whenever I think of I was a pretty good kid growing up. I followed the rules a lot.
Oh, I was good. I wasn't naughty. Like I didn't go off and get into trouble purposely, but I definitely like did a bunch of dangerous things.
Yeah.
Just by like
because.
pure will. It didn't seem dangerous at the time. I was like, I watched Steve Irwin. I can touch this lizard.
In Year 12 or 12th grade or my senior year of high school, at the end of the year we had a show, there was like a variety show, I guess, that we put on as a thing for the school, and we wanted to open it up with something like pretty dramatic.
Okay.
And we knew that we were going to have like a big paper banner that we were going to burst through.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
And so I had a mask, like a hockey mask kind of thing, that I'd made. And I was like, you know what would be perfect for this? Would be a chainsaw. So I asked my dad if I could borrow his chainsaw.
A real one.
Yeah. And he was, of course, like, no. Not in your life. So I didn't borrow the chainsaw. I borrowed the weed whacker. In Australia, they're called
That
whippersnappers.
has a very different effect.
Oh, but when you can't,
But like equally horrible when you get whacked with one.
yeah. When you can't see the gas engine that started up, like the little 2-stroke gas engine that started up, it could sound like a chainsaw.
Oh,
So when you start that
true.
up behind the paper banner, and then run through the paper banner, cut through it. But the biggest problem with it
That's
is,
wild.
as far as getting it back to my house without my dad knowing that I'd used it,
Right.
was the last, like, I was using the cord to start the engine, start the motor. It's like, vroom, vroom, vroom. And as it started and I pulled on the cord broke. So it's like,
No.
okay, it's running. Let's do the bit, and then I can turn it off, and then I can take it home. So I took it home and I like unscrewed the top. I wound the cord back around,
Oh my
put it
goodness.
back in. So when my dad went to use it next time, he
did it.
pulled it and it came out, and he was like, "How did that happen?" And I'm like, "I don't know, dear. I don't know."
The things.
Imagine. I would take rocks that looked like fossils and put them in my pockets, and then my mom would find them in the wash because she'd forget to check my pockets, and she'd be like, "Gretchen, where did these rocks come from?" And I'd be like, "I don't know. I don't know. They just appeared."
I think it's
They're not
fantastic.
rocks, they're fossils, but I have no idea where they came from.
Just the way you said she forgot to check your pockets.
She did. Yep.
As your child grows, you will realize that that's not your job.
I was in elementary school. Like I was as someone in middle school, I checked my pockets. But in elementary school, who knows what was in there? Maybe a frog. I don't like
Ew.
Oh.
You could definitely know it if the frog went through.
Yeah, frog never made it to the wash, thankfully. But there is like a picture of me as a child with my hands behind my back. It's like a family photo, and I definitely have a frog in my hands behind my back. Like, you can't see it in the photo, obviously, but I know.
That's incredible.
When I look at that picture every time, I'm like, I had a frog in my hands.
You're like, there was definitely something
It was a frog.
croaking.
That's cool.
I was a very adventurous, naturey child.
That's awesome, though.
Awesome.
Also, JT might have already headed out, but I do want to say I see your message. You'll be missed,
cool.
Gretchen and Leona. You'll be missed on the show. Best of wishes to you two on your new and upcoming adventures. And Dave, we hope to see you again, streaming soon. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yes, have a lovely weekend as well.
Yep.
JT,
Thank you.
and good luck with all your painting endeavors. Excited to see your shaman finished.
Yep. Yeah, that mammoth shaman would be awesome.
Jez says that's better than a chainsaw. Your weed whacker.
Yeah.
Kind of
Honestly,
is.
that's really hilarious. And like, if I was like a school part of that school administration, I would just.
I
be
would
like,
have cracked up.
You go, buddy.
Well, so that was the best part. That was the best part of me not having like being a good kid,
Yeah.
sort of, and following all the rules right up until that point. I'm not sure.
I broke
I
rules.
think
I just didn't get caught most of the time because they weren't like strict rules. They were guidelines, and I wasn't technically doing anything. Well, because my sister partied a lot, right?
Gotcha.
So like when I would sneak out, I would sneak out to like not go party.
To go find frogs.
Yeah, as you do. I just like 19-year-old me. I'm gonna go find some frogs. That's not entirely inaccurate, but you know.
Well, it's really funny because the other day I found this like, I don't know, journal thing that you kind of like fill in when you're, and it was like, I was given it when I was like in first grade or something. And one of the things was like, I like to collect, and you fill in. And it said rocks, dolls, and stuffed animals. And to this day, I still collect these things. And I was like, wow, apparently I had a brand. When I was 7, it was that way.
Awesome.
And now, I'm still that way. So I'm sure that'll also be for
Mine
your
probably
little
would have
child.
been like dinosaurs, art, and
and frogs.
adventuring or something. Yeah, I probably.
I just thought that was funny.
Little kid me was like, I will find an adventure, and if I can't, I will make one for me.
Here one is.
My poor neighborhood kids who lived next door. Wake up, we're going on an adventure today. I was the Gandalf. I was just knocking on the door like, you weren't expecting company right now, but I'm bored. So we have to go find something in the woods. Come along.
And it was just running over to pop Dawn Guard.
Dawn Guard. You can see some of the work I did. Oh, Donnie.
Looking great.
Did I change the camera?
Hmm?
Riley? Okay.
Oh, hey! Jess finally let us know what she was part of.
If you guys are off to new adventures, I'll let you know what I was working on last year before you go.
Fantastic.
It's on my IMDb anyway. It was the forthcoming Lucas series based on the film Willow.
That's so cool!
I'm excited.
Very cool.
Oh, Willow's a great movie.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
cool. I did
super
not know
cool.
that
My
that would be a
IMDb
series.
has 3 different low budget horror films.
Hey, more than my
One of them
IMDb.
one of them's actually gonna be in DVD format, like actually distributed.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way. That's awesome.
Bloody Summer Camp got a distribution deal, and it's gonna be out there. I don't know where.
It's going to be on like Blumhouse or something like that.
I have
Really?
no idea where Bloody Summer Camp is gonna be. I should probably have a better idea. This was my moment to know.
That's okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna raise it in
but you can
conversation,
Yeah,
once
but
you
you can
find
also
out,
go-
put it in the group.
Yeah, I can find out and put it in the group. Also, you can hook up with Slasher 15 is the production company.
Right.
Yep.
And the director, like the studio that does it. So, both Bloody Summer Camp and their other new film that will be coming out. I don't know if it'll be coming out this year or next year, but their film Go Away. I'm in that one as well.
Excellent.
That one
Nice.
I filmed at the very start of my pregnancy
Oh, wow.
because I found out I was pregnant while filming, and I had to be like, you get one day to get all these scenes because I don't feel good. And thankfully, like the director and everyone there, they were really fantastic. They're great to work with.
Cool.
Oh,
But
that's
it was
awesome.
really funny because, half the scenes were filmed before I got pregnant, and the other half of the scenes were filmed after I got pregnant. And I can definitely tell which ones
Yeah.
I'm like feeling it and which ones I'm like
No.
trying really hard to keep it together.
Right, right.
I was like, oh no. But yeah, Slasher 15, you can find them on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. But yeah, that crazy horror films.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
One day I'll
That's
be in a
exciting.
not horror film, but I'm hoping it'll be on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, and I can be in a really like low budget Hallmark type film, like a Christmas movie.
Yes.
I think that would be super fun. I don't want to be famous. I feel like I don't think I would take to fame well. I think I'd just be very awkward. If I became famous, I feel like I would give Robert Patterson a run for his money for like super awkward individuals.
He is
Because I wouldn't
one
know how
type
to
of guy.
behave.
Yeah, he is a wild
Like,
character.
because people like would be like, "Oh my gosh, like you're, charming young lady,"
Right,
and
right,
I
right.
would be like, and then I'd panic.
And
I would
then
be
you're like,
charming
here's my
up until
frog.
they said it. Yeah. I've been holding it in my hands this whole interview. Like I wouldn't know what to do. I'd panic. I'd just be like, yeah. Let me tell you about the time I used to catch bees and throw them at a child.
And they're like, what?
I'd be
Those
like,
all
listen,
questions.
just go. I feel like the people in charge would have to like prep me because they'd be like, no, Gretchen, this isn't Happy Little Minis. You can't get away with just rambling about weird things. And I'd be like, but it works for everyone else.
It's true. All right, let's jump to can we jump to the spinner, Riley? Thank you.
Yeah. I did send you a picture of the dragon, by the way.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. I'm not quite sure if I'm done with it, but I have an interesting idea that I might try with the chunky glitter. Ooh, that looks cool, Leona.
So yeah, you can see on the spinner that it ended up being really dark with the darkness that I put at the bottom of the shield. I would probably go back and scale that back. But I ended up darkening her legs so that then the brightness is focused around Dawnguard's face, and tried to highlight. Basically, I'm just trying to I didn't really add any more red. I just mostly was working on the highlights and like the mid-tone, between the highlight and the mid-tone, to just kind of create more depth there. And I did put like a wash on the lower half of her body, so yeah, I
Just sort
definitely
of shade
think,
that down.
That's
and-
great.
yeah, to
Right.
basically shade that down to again kind of highlight the face. The on the spinner, it's blowing out the highlights that I put, but I did put some highlights on the like eyebrows and like nose and lips. So basically to create like a focus. On the Reaver, I was doing a similar thing where I was highlighting the face, and so I thought it would be fun to kind of do that for this miniature. Because my initial 2 hours, the last time I had painted, I got over, I got all the bait, like, I laid down one coat, at least, on the model, so.
Yeah.
This was me trying to, I don't know, be a little fancy. Whether or not we're successful, I think, is neither here nor there. But yeah, so thank you. That's that.
Oh.
All right, how can I get this over to Riley? How can I get this picture to Riley? Right now.
I don't know, but keep shuffling. I've still got some painting to do. And a little bit of coughing.
I'm going to email it to you. OneDrive?
There we go.
Can you access your email on the... Okay.
We will
You
make
can
it
do
happen,
it.
people.
Because I want to showcase your, what you were able to work on.
The last mini. You know, I started on the show like 4 years ago now, I think.
Yes.
Almost. Yeah, 4 years ago. And I painted my very first mini on the show. Because I didn't know what I was auditioning for when I showed up. Because my friend told me that they needed a person, but did not say what that person did at Game Trade
Oh.
Media.
Wow.
Yeah, Katie was like, "You need a job? I got a job. Show up here and interview." And I was like, "Cool," thinking it was going to be like, I don't know, more writing geared or whatnot.
Yeah.
And Rick interviewed me and was like, "Can you talk in front of a camera?" And put me in front of the prompter and was like, "Talk." And then he brought me back and he was like, "Are you a nerd?" And I was like, okay, so for the first time in my life, I was so prepared for an interview because all I had to do was like I had D&D dice in my purse and swords in my car. And I was like,
Did you reach into your purse and then pull it out and roll a dice and go, yes,
Yeah, I
I
was
am
like-
a nerd.
Here are my bright pink sparkly dice that I keep in my purse. And could I interest you in a sword?
Nice.
But yeah, almost immediately he was like, "All right, tomorrow, come on, come do this thing, be on the show." And I was like, "I've never painted a mini before in my life." And then he was like, "That doesn't matter." Here you go. So yeah, I painted my first mini ever on the show 4 years ago, and it was a blue dragon, blue snowy
Yes.
dragon. Yeah,
And the one that we're going to see will be your...
the one. It won't be my
Last mini
last
show.
mini ever.
Well,
It'll be
also-
Not
maybe
ever,
not
not
even
your
my
last mini
last
ever.
one on the
But
show.
last mini on the show, yeah.
Well, last one, yeah.
Yes.
Last one while a host of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, host of the show. I might
You
come
come back
Who
and be a
knows?
guest. Yeah, for sure. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We would love to have you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But
Just quickly do that. I'm just going to switch out.
yeah.
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
God, so I can
No,
paint.
that's awesome.
I'm gonna
I'm
paint
glad
her
that you were
base.
able to do that.
Ta-da!
Wild thing.
Wild shell. You make my heart sing.
You make my heart sing.
You
Oh my
make
gosh, look at this
everything
little starfish.
away. Yeah, so
Wow,
much stuff.
Dave, you knocked it out of the park again.
Minis are cool.
Fantastic.
So I'm just painting the base on Dawnguard black.
Yeah, I thought about
Match all
doing
those.
that, and then I was like, no, I don't want to
Nah, it's cool. I got 10 minutes left.
do it. Yeah, I know I did. I had 10 minutes.
I was paying attention.
Sorry. Oh, I'm so bad. I was like, should I paint the base? And I was like, nah, I'm fine.
Base schmace.
Base schmace. Let's look at this miniature. So yeah.
There we go.
So that's Light Feather, Light Weaver, good lord, Wild Shell, and Dawnguard. Wow, I really like. So when we initially painted the heroes, we had talked about like choosing one color to kind of push on the miniatures, and so
Yep.
like my character, I tried to push red. Light Weaver was pushing that like pink color.
Yep. And orange, yeah.
And the orange, the pink orange, those in that color range, and then Wild Shell was a bit more of the browns, I guess. I don't remember. Yeah, I scooted back just a little bit. Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah, now they're all in focus. So yeah, they look like a pair. I like them all together.
Yep.
They look really great.
They do. Yeah, the red.
they're
The red on yours has got a
Striking the
bit more.
heroes pose.
Bit of an orange sort of feel. What was that, Gretchen?
It looks like they're striking like the heroes pose, like the Avengers, how like the camera pans around.
Avengers Assemble, yes.
I was going to say Charlie's
Yeah.
Angels. They're the Charlie's Angels of
Oh.
Bardsung. But yeah.
No,
Nope.
yeah, these look great. Were you able to get the picture?
I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
Excellent.
But yeah, so these are for Bardsung, which is a game by Steamforged Games, and they were kind enough to send to us. And this game is like a D&D RPG-esque style game, so but you just don't need a DM/GM. You play the game, and so it has a lot of different narrative stories that you can go through, and
it's a cooperative game, yeah?
and it is a cooperative game, correct? Yep.
So you can technically...
Hey!
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Here we
It's
go.
really dark, but that's okay. The glitter is shining.
It is. It is. And you can tell this was photographed while on the show because the screen is in the background.
Oh, that is wild.
Yep.
Yeah. But you can see how shiny it looks like in the wings a bit where it looks like wet paint. That's not wet paint at all. It's all completely dry.
Yeah.
I think though what I'm going to do, because these glittery scaly bits are just not quite the right size for what I intended, and though they don't look horrible, I think it would be really fun to get some kind of textured something and almost make it look like something like growing, like, or part of the environment has
Right.
crystallized on the dragon.
Almost like
I think
barnacles
that'd
or
be
something.
really, yeah, like barnacles. Just with like the wet feel of the scales and everything. I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah. No, I love that idea. I think it's and you often get that impression like dragons can sleep for a while if they go out
Yeah.
and they pillage and they eat their fill of like 57 cows or something like that, and then come back and they're going to lie down for a little bit, and depending on where
It's
they've
like
where they've laid down, the environment encroaching on
crusty
them is a
dude.
great idea.
That's
Yeah. I just woke up. Awesome.
just like shakes off and like crusty barnacleized crystal thing just
Yep, falling
I
in.
think that would be very interesting, and I think it would look good. It looks really dark on there, but he's actually a really dark green.
Yep.
Which is why he's shining green, because the glitter I used was, in fact, just pearlescent white.
Nice.
All right, cool.
So it's transparent and it's picking up the base color of what I originally painted and turning that into a kind of color. But I feel like if I had more time and patience, I would definitely want to try this again with actual like cutting all of the the glitter to the right size and shape and using a nice sturdy glue so I could get the exact texture that I wanted on the glitter, because with scales, it's not just like the shape of them, but also how they lay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, for
And
sure.
I think that
cool.
would be very interesting.
Awesome.
Just
Revisit
said that
this
those kind of things, that those kind of growths are accretions.
There we go.
Not secretions.
Gotcha.
They're not
Ak-
exuded from
ak.
the thing, but something on top of, something external. But yeah,
Very nice.
that'd be fantastic.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you. We have come to the end of our show. Wow, it's amazing.
The
It
time.
is.
The time has
Time
come.
has come, the walrus
we even
said.
went a little past.
We have.
um,
That's why it's just Jez left.
It's just Jez. It's great though. Thanks for watching and being part of it. No, thank you to everyone who's always interacting with us in the chat. I know a lot of you have already had to head out, but thanks for being part of the group and just hanging along. And thanks for Dave and Gretchen for being awesome hosts over these past couple years. It's been wild, but we've made it through. And I know, Gretchen, you always say, oh, I didn't know how to paint, but it's been awesome to like see you grow as a painter and just, I mean, do awesome creative stuff that we just saw. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to see, you know, what happens in the group. And yeah, we will, the show's going to take a little bit of a hiatus, and then hopefully we'll be picking back up again and be painting along with each other.
Yep.
And maybe you'll see me in chat.
Yeah, we'll be lurking. We'll
Yep.
What
Excellent.
else am I gonna do whenever I'm up at night with the baby? Like
Exactly.
Oh wait, I
lurking
can check
cat.
that out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All
that's
right. And so we will see you all later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.